Karan Shergill is an aimless, rich boy living in Delhi who has no plans for his future. His girlfriend Romila Datta aka Romi, an aspiring journalist, tries to make him understand that he needs to have a goal in life. Eventually, he thinks of joining the Indian Army after one of his friends decides to do so. However, his father ends up lashing out at him on learning about his decision. Infuriated, he decides to stick to his decision. Karan gives the Combined Defence Services examination and gets selected into the Indian Military Academy in Dehradun. However, his lack of discipline, overconfidence and laziness makes him unsuitable for the life. Upset, he flees from the academy and is forced to confront his parents' low opinion of him. His decision also causes Romi to angrily break up with him for not respecting his own choices. Devastated, Karan finally comes to terms with his situation and returns to the Indian Military Academy, takes his punishment, and becomes a focused and disciplined officer. Udharan Chennai. 1 year later, he commissions into the Indian Army as a lieutenant and posted to the 3rd Battalion of the Punjab Regiment, commanded by Colonel Sunil Damle. The battalion is stationed in Kargil, Ladakh. Karan returns to Delhi on leave and is heartbroken to learn that Romi is getting engaged to her colleague. He meets his parents as well, but his leave is cut short due to an outbreak of hostilities in Kargil. He reports back to his battalion, where he is promoted to the rank of acting captain. Colonel Damle briefs the officers on the latest situation and reveals that a number of infiltrators have crossed the line of control from Pakistan and currently occupy a series of mountain peaks on the Indian side of the border. The battalion has been assigned to secure point 5179, a crucial vantage point dominating the Army's main supply line. The National Highway 1D, the northern side of the mountain, is on the Pakistani side of the loch. The western side has a 1,000-foot vertical rock cliff and the southern side has 3 kilometers of empty ground with no cover. Therefore, the battalion decides to attack from the eastern side of the mountain. The first part of the assault is successful. The battalion destroys the enemy's screening units, with Karan cited for his bravery in saving another officer's life. Meanwhile, Romi gets stationed to Kargil as a war correspondent. Romi goes to Kargil where she meets a changed Karan and begins to fall in love with him again. Amidst the war, however, Karan remains reluctant to return her feelings as he is still under the impression that she is engaged. In the second phase of the assault, the battalion attacks the peak of the mountain but fails to capture it due to the strategic advantage and heavy weaponry the Pakistanis have. The unit suffers heavy casualties. Brigadier Puri summons Colonel Damle and gives him 48 hours to capture the peak. After that time period, responsibility for point 5179 will be given to another battalion. Colonel Damle then orders a group of 12 officers and soldiers, including Karan, to scale the 1,000-foot rock cliff on the western side of the mountain and flank the enemy stronghold. They will be provided with artillery support from the eastern side. Karan realizes that he has finally found his goal in the form of capturing the peak. Karan also learns of Romi's failed engagement and expresses his feelings for her. Romi promises Karan she will wait for him whether he returns or not. The unit sets off on their mission, and while moving through a grass field toward the rock cliff, they come under fire. The unit discovers a Pakistani mortar unit in the field and destroys it, but loses their commanding officer and a number of other soldiers. The team's radios are also destroyed, so they cannot communicate with Battalion HQ. Out of the initial 12, only 6 remain. They decide to continue with the mission. They successfully scale the cliff and attack the Pakistani position during the night. Their assault is successful although Karan is wounded. And the team loses 3 more men. The next morning, Karan limps to the peak, where he plants the Indian flag and fires a flare, signaling to Colonel Damle and Subedar Major Pritam Singh that they captured the peak. Days later, Karan is shown leaving a military hospital and reuniting with his parents and Romy, who asks him that what is his next aim after attaining his first one. Karan replies, "You," and they both embrace. Uddharan. The film ends with Colonel Damle paying respect to all the martyrs of Operation Vijay. Uddharan.